Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Flemington Racecourse here on Saturday. It's the 11th of November 2023. Gonna look at the featured 8th race from Flemington, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5 for more selections for racecourses around the world, and I mean it around the world. Let's look at the 8th from Flemington, which is the Group 1 Champion Stakes. It's a Group 1 event for Class 1 horses going for a purse of $1.9 million. Field of 11 horses going to post the distance of ground to 2,000 meters or a mile and a quarter on the turf course. I'm going to take as a top selection here the number 9 horse duels. I'm going to go 9, 4, 11 in our trifecta. 9, 4, 11 trifecta. Top selection 9 horse duels. 6-year-old mare here taking on the boys here. 6-year-old mare by Seamus Award. Edward Cummings trains. Damian Oliver gets to mount. Drawn and Barry number 3, which I don't think is half bad. Most recently faced the boys and ran decently against the boys in the Group 1 at Mooney Valley in the Cox Plate. 2,000 meters, a mile and a quarter, 20th of October. And he finished 4th by 1 1/4 lengths that day and really gained that day. He sat back early, slowly moved his way into it. She just missed late, but I thought she ran her heart out. Definitely outran her 26-1 odds here, or 26-1 odds that day. You won't see that odds today. But coming into this race, drawn very well, could be forwardly paced off some decent runs and a good little weight. I think this horse get the job done and get a good race to win. 2-back ran at Caulfield in the Group 1 Might and Power Stakes, 2,000 meters, 14th of October, and he finished 3rd by 3 lengths. Again, I thought she just wanted a little bit more ground, maybe a mile and 3/8, mile and a half, or 2,400 meters, but she really, gained from the back of the pack, closing up from nowhere. Not a bad race there on good ground, and then a Caulfield in the Group 1 Underwood Stakes over the 1,800 or the mile and eighth trip. He finished 3rd by 2.5 lengths that day, or 1.5 lengths that day. Again, doesn't have a lot of forwardly pace, but really was gaining late. Showed some potential really on the gallop out there. And then I thought just a little bit of a shorter trip where she never really got going in the Wink Stakes at Randwick over the 1,600 or the mile. Finished 9th by 3.5 lengths that day. Those shorter distance races, 1,600 meters or mile or under, she just doesn't run. She never was really comfortable that day. It wasn't her day to win. Coming here today off some decent runs, I think she could get a good trip. It wouldn't surprise me if she gets the job done. She's a definite use for me in the multi-race wagers. I think the 4-horse West Will, the number 4 horse here, who is West Wind Blows. This 4 gun by Telfilo. Simon Knight, Christopher Trains. Jamie Spencer comes on to ride this one. Most recently, they ran the horse at Caulfield, a mile and a half or 2,400 meters in the Caulfield Cup, and the horse finished the second by a half a length that day. And again, it's that mid-pack most race was plying along decently. He needs something more late, but for it being his second start off the quick turnaround and second start in Australia, I didn't think it was a half bad race. Refreshing here, a little less trip off some decent runs and getting more acclimatized to the climate and to the racing surface. I think this horse could find the winner's circle and get a good race here today. Prior to that, he ran in the Group 1 Turnbull Stakes here on the 7th of October, 2,000 meters, a mile and a quarter. First start down under. He finished 2nd by 1.5 lengths that day. He stalked. He had the lead. I thought he had a little bit of a premature move there in the mid race, which probably cost him. He couldn't keep up in the final few strides of the race. First off the bench, I think he might need the race there down under. And then prior to that at Windsor in a handicap there, or in the listed race on the 26th of August, he finished 2nd by 2.5 lengths that day. And the winner took off clear. He just kind of plodded along, needs something more late, but I thought he ran his heart out there. And then prior to that, Sandown, in the Eclipse, he finished 3rd by 6.5 lengths that day. Nobody's catching Paddington. It was a decent horse. Emily Upjohn finished 2nd. Great horse. This horse, I thought he ran a decent 3rd that day. He outran his 13-1 odds, but he wasn't catching those tough horses there. And then at Ascot in the Group 2 over the mile and a half of the 2,400, he finished 2nd by 1.75 lengths behind Pile Dropper, who was a very good horse. Just wasn't getting into him. Look at some of the horses he's been facing in the UK. He ran against Paddington, Emily Upjohn. He ran against Hurricane Lane. Some just decent horses. Not nearly as tough horses today. And he has some forwardly pace, which I don't think is half bad. I know he's going to get bet into the ground 6-5, but off his UK runs, he could definitely win. I would use him in the quaddy or the pick 4 here. A definite chance of winning. But to recap my selection for the 8th from Flemington, it's the Group 1 Champion Stakes. Going to take the shot with the 9-horse duels. Give kudos to the 4-horse West Wind. wind blows. 9-4-11, tri-cash trifecta, 9-4 in your multi-race. So good luck to all. Please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5. Good luck, everybody.